blues and gory reds that he ordered a...
You there! Take a seat. Prepare to laugh your head off. Cry your eyes out and teeter on the edge of your seat with an original tale from Stefan, the talking severed head.
Okay, right then. I went all the way back to the tutorial area.
Reginald the Illusionist, purveyor of the most amazing artifact in Andover. This fantastical talking head. Catch the act while you can. This show will only remain in Sicil as long as there are Legion soldiers to entertain. Ha! Yes, I know of that talentless bull. He was here entertaining the troops before I was brought in. I'm sure the hack simply bored his audience to tears until they cried for a replacement. Enter Reginald the Illusionist. We need our board, that's right, a talking head. And he doesn't just talk. He'll weave you a yarn so fantastic, you'll be begging. I obtained this curio by some rather sensational means. You see, I was diving in search of a rare medicinal sea herb. I volunteer at the local children's apothecary on weekends, in the shallows around Sicil's own Black Cove, when I spotted something amazing. The chest belonging to the fabled Captain Pontius. Though the chest was stuck fast, I summoned a swell of great strength and prized it free from the ancient rock. I had the treasure of a lifetime in my very hands. But then, slurp, gulp, I was swallowed by an ornery kraken that seemed to appear from nowhere. In the hubbub, I lost hold of my prize and watched it sink to the bottom of the beast's cavernous belly. Still, I feared only for a moment that all was futile. Before my mind's eye swam the faces of the many war widows and necrotic orphans who would be lost without my charitable support. I knew I had to live. Grabbing fast to the hilt of a cutlass that floated by at just that moment, I summoned all my strength to slash a great gash in the creature's gut. Freeing myself from my would-be tomb, I swam as quickly as I could, first to the surface and then to the shore. It was there, along the rocky beach, that I tripped over this talking head. Strange, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. This guy's a pretty good storyteller.
Excuse me, I'm trying to prepare for the next show. Autographs will have to wait until the end. I doubt I have to tell you that I am the amazing singing Stefan, the only sentient severed head in Sicil.
Is it not letting you listen, Blake? No. Because it doesn't. It counts as a use, not a talk. Ah.
Oh, bless the seven. Look, you've got to help me. I've been kidnapped.
He says he's been kidnapped.
Pleasure to meet you. Now, please, Stefan has many fans to meet today. Psst, help me. Take me to Reginald's cellar. There I will reveal everything.
We're taking him to Reginald's cellar.
It won't be the worst indignation I've suffered.
We will have none of that, you hear?
Today, I think, the great Sigurd and his rainbow.
We have to find someone to take the head.
Excuse me, I'm trying to... What do you call a source hunter who finds a way to draw a crowd away from where he or she would like to perform a clandestine operation? A resourceful hunter. Come now, it can't be that hard to find something to draw.
Hold on. We need to go get old boy over here to make a commotion, so that way that crowd will leave him alone, and we can take that head from him. Yeah.
A familiar face. It seems, and even when I don't know how he don't when.
Okay, what's old boy right here on about?
It's not letting me talk to anyone.
Who are you supposed to be? Take it up with Katerina. She's the master of this pig circus after all. Don't you have an impressive library here in Sicil? I'm sure that... Oh, I should have...
Alright, time to find a library.
But here I am gathered... No. Really? I hadn't... No Noted.
Fuck that guy.
Going to assume that's it.
Ugh. A library. A library, a library.
I think it's this building up here. I think. It is not.
Oh yeah.
It's just a man chasing a chicken.
I feel like I've seen a library somewhere.
I kind of do as well, but I don't know where.
Hmm.
To leave the city is to venture into danger. Be careful, Source Hunter.
Is it part of the town hall, maybe?
Maybe? Beast of a librarian.
The sun is out. Yet I feel a cold.
I found Maxine.
Oh, word.
Of age,
She's just right here.
of years.
Okay, 2 seconds.
Oh, golly gosh! One who flaunts the highways and byways of silly old Cecile with the easy elegance of a puss with her tail in the air. I do declare such a sight is rather rare around here. But where are my manners? I am Maxine, and you must be one of those hunters one hears so much about. Brr, I'm the mayor's cat, don't you know? Born and raised on velvets and viands of most exquisite varieties. Maxine rhymes with queen, after all, and dearest. That is hardly a coincidence. Oh, he's a darling old Tom, isn't he? Paws over tails in love with me, and who can blame him? The feeling's, well, it's rather mutual, actually. But that pet of a puss simply doesn't have a penny to his name. At the risk of sounding as shallow as a spaniel, I can't but admit my love does not come unconditionally. What if we were to have kittens, he and I? They'd jolly well starve, wouldn't they, with an alley cat for a papa? Oh dear Sam, he's such a good old bean. But he does rather reside at the bottom of the scratching pole, doesn't he? And dear me, one must have at least a mite of standards. But of course, darling, be my guest. Heavens forbid. No, fear is rather too strong a term there, Hunter dearest. The predator's instinct is a trait we share, you and I. And though those rancid ramblers may not be quite as easy to put... Oh, this quaint little town is a tad too parochial for one of my more urbane tastes. But one has to make do, hasn't one? The fresh sea air does go to great lengths to invigorate one's spirit, that much I'll admit. And it is rather jolly to watch the ships sail.
Uh-huh.
Found the library.
Oh, is it upstairs?
Yep.
The Encyclopedia Demonium. I know it by heart.
Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Blake?
That's
That's Jahan.
no, this is more important to me, admittedly.
Well, hold on. I'm talking to Jahan
Real
from
quick.
the second game.
My musings. By Naga the Protector,
John?
they have the manners of
The demon hunter?
boatmen of Cecile.
Oh,
Oh, but
I think this is who this is.
give me a moment. I gotta exit out to the main menu because it's not letting me interact with anyone.
Local fisher folk, which incidentally
Yeah,
is
I'm
a
exiting real
cult
quick and
of
I'm gonna
copious
just-
dimensions indeed. No, a source hunter. That is what you are.
Yes, a stalker of sorcery, a chaser of charms pernicious.
Can you invite me again?
Yeah.
In truth, I cannot go so far as to say it is a pleasure to make your acquaintance, for I take no pleasure in the company of man. But it may just be to our mutual advantage to join forces nonetheless.
A volume of poetry among the
Why?
novels?
Thank
Simply
you, thank
because
you.
hunt source.
Yeah, it is him.
Jehan hunt demons. You are aware, of course.
So the
quite
distance
often
between this
both
game
these
and the next game
beasts
is not
frequent
that
the
great.
same shadowy
I
pools
don't
of
know, he could
infamy.
just be like a really young Jehan.
Now, I hate what I hunt, but I respect its cut. This is a sentiment I'm quite certain you must recognize. Let there be strength in cunning, yes, but on one condition.
We know at the very least that the Divine Order part, one of the things that they use as justification for their hunting of sorcerers is the source hunters.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll weave you spells.
Oh, it is just not letting me talk to anyone. I don't know why, but it's
Princess
not.
Buttercup with the blushing bottom.
I'll look to see if there's some kind of setting I could change.
Esmeralda does have a propensity
So
for all things
he'll
naughty,
join us, but he
doesn't
says
she?
that he'll only join us as long as we promise to never make any deals with demons. What do you think, Blake? We take him or we leave him? He's another mage, from the looks of it.
Yeah, with a water wand, so honestly we probably don't even need him. We'll pass, because having to pass up any deals with demons might be a problem.
Yeah.
Oh, simple souls. Oh, doomed spirits. What? Demonology for dumbbells.
I can talk now.
Word.
Something more advanced. Is there no new book to be discovered in this library?
I am Victoria, daughter of Mayor Cecil.
Hmm?
Oh, I know what you're
sorry.
thinking. The likeness isn't exactly striking, is it? When I was very young, you see, I must have been cast out by my tribe, for I was found in a wicker basket floating
Okay,
past
so not the
sea
same
toward the
orc.
sea.
Got it.
No.
The fisherman who found me would have drowned me on the spot, for I am an orc after all. But praise be Amon Hor, dear Cecil was among the gathered crowd, and he took pity on the exiled infant that chance had put in his way. He raised me like I was his own, this kindest of souls. Taught me the language of men? Indeed you may. The wisdom I here hold is yours to peruse and even take with you. All I can ask is that you return.
This isn't the grimoire.
Alright then, so it's no longer stealing to look at the books.
The
Word.
Encyclopedia Demonium.
Blank water scroll.
By heart.
Princess Buttercup with the
Yoink.
blushing bottom. Stecken. Esmeralda does have a propensity for all things naughty, hasn't she?
Demonology for dumbbells. I need something more advanced. The Pseudomonarchia Demonum. First edition.
Oh!
Most promising.
Yes.
I have found a lower resistances scroll. Lowers all elemental resistances of enemies around you.
This isn't the grimoire I'm looking for. The Pseudomonarchia Demonum. And the first edition too. Most
Brief
promising.
history of sorcery still hasn't been returned. Celeron will have to pay yet another fine.
No, this isn't the grimoire I'm looking for. The Encyclopedia Demo.
I had to get out of there. It's just a fucking musical box of them repeating the same shit over and over again.
I agree, but at the same time, we need to find a good story.
I did.
You did?
Yes.
Was it The Pirate's Life?
No, it's on this, I guess it's almost called like the second floor of that little room.
Alright.
I just read it real fast and backed out. What is? Is that the lady I'm supposed
Divines doubly bless you, friend. Lieutenant Selenia at your service. I'm Captain Aureus. Now, I certainly don't mind a bit of healthy competition and even rivalry between our orders. And that is exactly what your presence in Sicil is, Source. I shall be very glad to share what information I can give you. If ever we want to be victorious in Sicil, we have to track down the root of the undead uprising. Under the Pact 3 landmarks were chosen for further investigation. The lighthouse, the burial mounds, and the old church. Places fraught with danger all. Should you travel there, please do check if my legionnaires are still alive. There are ancient burial grounds to be found north of the city. As good a place as any to start looking for necromancers, wouldn't you say? A local archaeologist offered to tag along with the men. Here's hoping his knowledge on the subject may prove to be of use to them. There's a church to the northeast of here, built atop the very place where once stood a temple dedicated to the Source. The Sicilians razed it, and built a church for the Seven instead, supposedly to symbolize the victory of the gods over evil sorcery. All superstitious mumbo-jumbo, if you ask me. But when the dead were...
That was sloppier than Sicilian stew. Again!
Where is this park? Is it right here? Yes. Do I tell him about it?
A familiar face. It seems, and I don't know when.
Damn it. Do I talk to you about this story?
What is it this time? Take it up with Katerina. She's the master of...
Who the fuck is Katerina?
Oh, over here.
Oh. Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah.
Zombie ate your dog? Orc sunk your ship? No matter! You're a Well, I'm Katerina the Fair. Fairest First Lady of the Fair, of course. I do love making the acquaintance of my patrons. I've an open stage in want of talent, and I've often found the best young performers among the rank and file of the audience. The theatre's favor has overcome you, has it? Marvelous! I do so love a fresh green. Check the library and see if any... Right away, my dear, just as fast as your boots can carry. Speak to Master Chaucer if you're ready for your debut.
What is it this time? Katerina's given the go. Tell me when you're ready to begin, and I'll show you to your places and gather you whatever crowd of drunken yokels can be ready for your trial by fire, you mean? There's no more savage foe than an audience, my dear. Wouldn't we all? But unlike a true thespian, you haven't a scrap of material to work with.
What do you mean?
Must I? Ready for your trial by fire. Not planning on playing to an empty audience, are you? Wait and...
You hear distant mutterings of curiosity as a small crowd shuffles toward your stage. A few moments longer, and
You think we should go for it?
be seated.
Yeah, let's go for it.
Now, let's not be hasty. They may be dragging their feet, but your show is sure to knock the crowd's socks off. As soon as they settle into their seats, that is.
Okay.
The stage is yours.
Uh-oh. We were supposed to read the book first, weren't we?
I don't fucking know.
When did you say this was supposed to start again?
Well, Logan?
Just pick one. We'll roll with it.
The crowd is completely appalled by your retelling. Are you?
Yeah. Let's go read that book for real.
Come on! Come on! Can't you hear the stage calling you?
Damn it.
What?
I was hoping maybe that crowd that was screaming and yelling at us was the one that we needed to distract so we could take that head, but something tells me we won't distract the other crowd unless we do it really well.
Yeah. I did my studying. I'm back here at the campground at the fairground. Let's do it.
Alright, I'm coming.
Start it up, and I'll tear it apart this time.
What is it this time? Oh, not planning on
You hear distant mutterings of curiosity as a small crowd shuffles toward your stage. A few moments longer, and everyone will be seated. The
Alright.
stage is yours.
Alright, Blake, you got this.
The crowd seems to know the tale.
Okay.
They fully approve of your beginning.
No, I hope there's an encore.
Alright. My gods, could it be?
Good show.
The crowd is thrilled.
Yeah.
Whatever will happen next is sure
Alright,
to
this one.
excite them. The crowd seem quite impressed with your delivery. Keep it up.
Look, Celia beyond the mist.
Okay.
The crowd gasps. They're on the edge of their
Land.
seats. Go on. Push the gasps ring out across the audience. They must
The second
know
one.
how it ends. They simply must. The crowd explodes into
This story was awful.
appreciation. You've woven them a tale of desperation and hope, and they are alive with the thrill of it.
Alright.
Took my breath away, it did.
Sherman! Show all of them! What is it this time? Bravo! Bravo! Well, I'm certainly not afraid of admitting when I'm wrong. That was, well, nearly
Did we...
Fantastic! Bravo! Bravo!
A king, the great Sigurd and his rainbow of war machines.
Back for more, I see. Well, I can't say I'm surprised. What a generous spectator. Find a seat in the front, eh? Ha, and I am... My word!
I don't think we did it, Blake.
Neither do I.
Because we took like half of his crowd.
But that was the right
Looks
script.
like an actor just waiting for his big debut.
Unless we need to do it again.
Come on! Can't you hear the stage calling you?
Guess, I don't know.
Let's try doing it again. Wait, I'd like to do a one-man show. Okay. So apparently there's a one-man show you can do, but we have to find the right book.
Yeah, that's what I figured out.
Okay.
Alright, that's what I figured, but I just hadn't, I don't know, found anything to do that. I'll go back and I'll look.
Yeah. I can do the play, and you can go get the head. What?
Couldn't remember where the hell the mayor's office was.
Alright.
So, some kind of book around here?
Need something more advanced. The Pseudo-Monarchia Daemonum. The first edition too. Most promising.
Esmeralda does have a propensity for all things naughty, hasn't she?
No, this isn't the grimoire I'm looking for. The Pseudo-Monarchia Daemonum. The first edition too. Most promising.
Brief history of sorcery still hasn't been returned.
Alright, found one.
Oh, okay.
Demonology for dumbbells.
I have a compendium of jokes.
Wonderful.
The only problem is I just have to hope that I don't have to remember all of them, because they are kind of long.
Yeah. You also have no charisma.
That's true.
You're not a charismatic person.
During a dwarven funeral, the bearers of the casket accidentally bump into a wall and hear a faint moan. They open the casket and find out that the dwarven woman inside is actually alive. The entire funeral party rejoices, and a joyful tear springs into her husband's eye. The dwarven lady lives for 10 more years and then dies. There is another funeral for her. At the end of the service, the bearers carry out the casket. As they are walking out, the husband cries out, "Watch out for the wall." An elf and an orc show up in Hall of Echoes at the same time. The orc says he froze to death, and the elf says he dies of a heart attack. "How did that happen?" asks the orc. The elf replied, "Well, I came home and thought I heard my wife in bed with someone else, but when I searched the house, I couldn't find anybody. I was so stricken with remorse for wrongly accusing my wife of infidelity, I had a heart attack and died on the spot. Geez," says the orc, "if you'd opened the icebox, we'd both be alive right now." Every 10 years, the elven... Don't start throwing fireballs at me! The elven wood priests in the high monastery are allowed to break their vow of silence to speak 2 words. 10 years go by, and it's one priest's first chance. He thinks for a second before saying, "Food bad." 10 years later, he says, "Bed hard." It's the big day. A decade later, he gives the head priest a long stare and says, "I quit." "I'm not surprised," the elven high priest says. "You've been complaining ever since you got here." Those are the jokes.
Well, let's hope it's everything we need.
Absolutely riveting. And let's hope I don't screw it up, shall we?
Yeah.
Which I can definitely see myself doing. These jokes are a little bit long.
You got it.
The great Sigurd and his rainbow of war machines. It is said, and this I have heard from a ghost who knew Elba, who knew Elliot, who is said to have known Sigurd himself, that the king had a great thirst for colour.
Fantastic!
So ardently did he crave creamy blues and gory reds, that he ordered a contest across his realm.
They're shambling over.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. Oh, excuse me, I'm trying to prepare.
I still have 3 people.
It won't be the worst indignation.
That is enough!
Fantastic!
Okay.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol. What do you call a source hunter? A resourceful hunter. Come. Today, I think, the great Sigurd and his rainbow of war.
Oh, I hope there's an encore!
It's not working. There's still a lot of them over there.
Fantastic! Oh, I hope there's an encore!
Oh, I hope there's an encore.
Maybe try doing another one? Did you just...
I started the next one.
Want to see a show?
Hmm.
Taking my seats.
Same number of people, not a single person from the other show came over. Are we doing this wrong?
If you can't stand the heat.
What a tale! Bravo!
Fantastic! Enjoying the fair, aren't you? Of course you.
Mm-hmm.
Bravo! Fantastic! Good show! Bravo!
A familiar face. Come, watch the show. Don't pick when it seems and even either. Simply marvelous. Oh, there's an encore.
I don't know what to do, Blake.
Neither do I.
This way. This way. Don't you want to see a show?
It's the future of entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
I only have one joke left.
It's a future of entertainment.
Well, I mean, the log updated, and it said that, I don't know.
By the seven, what a tale!
Bleedingly crave creamy blues and gory reds that he ordered a contest across. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. Patient. Pleasure to meet you. Now, please, Stefan has many fans to meet today. Psst, now help me. Take me to Reginald's cellar. There I will reveal everything. It won't be the worst.
I'm stuck fast. Fate is an ice cold mist.
They're going to jail, Blake.
The great Sigurd and his rainbow of war machines. It is said, and this I have heard from a ghost who knew Elba, who knew...
I went to jail, Blake.